What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel and check out the content. With that being said, I'm gonna get right into the topic. My topic, I want to speak on Charleston White. Right, I know a lot of people are talking about Charleston White in the comments that Charleston White made. I think it was on the 520 podcast with Jeff Teague and his co-host. And he made some comments about Angel Reese and what's the other young lady? Oh, Brittany Griner, right? And so, I people say that they kind of give him a pass and say that well, what he said was true, and also, Charleston White is a comedian, and so in my opinion, Charleston White is not a comedian. Um, you know, I don't think I watched a little bit of Charleston White, but I never really find anything that Charleston White say as funny, right? And so I think people need to really they really need to uh like come up with like what is the definition of a comedian? And in my opinion, a comedian is somebody who can make who can make everybody laugh, right? And so like if you tell a joke in a room full of people and it's not something that everybody can laugh at, then it's divisive. Number one, and number two, in my opinion, it's an insult, right? And so some people mistake insults for comedy, and that's not what it is. I think there's an art to being a comedian, and there's an art to being able to make people laugh. I don't think that like if a comedian books a venue and they sell 500 tickets for that venue, their goal is to make everybody who pay their money to come see them. Their goal is to make everybody laugh, right? No comedian will go into a venue and say, I want 10 people to laugh for me. I want 15 people to laugh for me. Like your goal is to get everybody, have everybody to come there to enjoy themselves and to laugh. That's why I never really like comedians who who do comedy like when they grill people in the audience or roast people in the audience, they call it, because like, and I know some people don't like to sit up front because they know that the comedians are going to grill them. But if you pay your hard-earned money to go see a comedian, and again, I don't think they're comedians. And you go see somebody, you pay your hard-earned money, and that person make you the butt of their jokes. I just think I think that's inconsiderate and disrespectful. And I just don't think it's like I said, I think if everybody in the room can laugh, then I think that that's comedy, and it's an art to that. It's not easy to make, you know, a bunch of strangers to get a bunch of strangers to laugh. But if that's the profession that you choose, then that's the goal that you should be aiming for, is to be able to make everybody laugh. Other than that, like I said, this guy he just spew out a bunch of insults. Number one, and then he's divisive. Number two, and so now some of the things that he said about like Angel Reese and what's the young lady and Brittany Griner, it really don't matter like what he think about them or what their life choices are, right? If you if you say something disparaging about somebody, especially a member of your own family, a member of your own community, people would be like, "Well, you uncouth." You know what I mean? Because who talks about their own family in a way that's disparaging, especially publicly? Like who does that publicly, right? If you don't like something that somebody in your family is doing, then you keep that in house, or you find a more diplomatic approach about going about it. But you don't degrade people publicly, and then um, because here's the thing: you can't do that to he wouldn't be able to do that to like other people in other communities, right? And so if you can't do that to people in different communities, then why would you do that to people in your community or somebody in your family? Why would you do that to them? You know, and like I said, if he was to even try to do that to like people outside of his own circle, outside of his own community, it wouldn't fly. It definitely wouldn't fly. You know, he'd get a whole lot of pushback, and it wouldn't. He wouldn't be able to make no money like that. Um, and he wouldn't get any support. And so he want, you know, he got to think about he want the people in like the women and or whoever is in his family, he want them to get the same respect that he have to give people outside of his own community. You know, so if they get if you are made to respect, you have to respect other communities. So if you have to respect other communities, then you want to respect your own community, you know, because his mother, his sister, his daughter is no different, you know, than the people that he talk about, you know, when he go on these different platforms, he go out and he say a lot of different things about, you know, other people, but he can't disrespect other communities like that. And so the main community that support him is the community that he speak like he talk down on the community that support him. You know, he don't make money in no other community except for the community that he really talks bad about, you know. And so to me, I think that like I said, people have to redefine their definition of comedian and and hold him accountable because especially if he making money off of the same people that he talking about, you know, the same community that he talked down on, you know, that's the community that support him. He don't make money from he don't have like big sponsor deals and all that other stuff. He go around on different platforms talking bad about his own people and his own people paying him. And so, you know, to me, that really don't make no sense. I don't see how he can, you know, how people allow him to do that. But he's not going into other communities and you know, you're not gonna be talking going to Utah and talk stuff about Mormons. It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna be on different platforms saying stuff about Jewish people and get away with it. It's just not gonna happen. Different communities not gonna go for it. You know, you're not gonna be able to say make disparaging remarks about Muslim people and stuff like that. So he go on and he make this disparaging remarks about people in his community, the very people who support him. You know, I just don't think he a comedian, and I think people really need to um, redefine their definition of community. I mean, comedian. He is, like I said, whether he agree with what you know, the way they dress, their lifestyle, or anything like that, you know, still, you know, I think people just need to really stop calling him comedian. And he hide behind that comedian title so he can say disparaging things, you know. And so if people say, you know, well, you know, he's a comedian and he get to, you know, he has a freedom of speech and you know, he's just being creative. But like I said, the bar for comedy is just set so low that you know, you could just say anything about people and say it's a joke when that's not the truth. It's not a joke. It's an insult. And so, yeah, I think that people really, you know, and I'm not into like that cancel culture or anything like that. But I think that when people like him feel free to be able to say what they want about different people, I think that he should at least get some pushback. And so that is what my post is all about, just pushing back on the narrative, like just telling the truth. He's not a comedian. And so you know, I think more people should push back on some of the things that he do because I don't think that is, you know, it's cool. And so that's my take on it. With that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment and I will check you all out in the next episode. Peace.